Colossians has been in my heart. I've been praying, Lord, give me Colossians. The Colossians have lost touch with the presence of Jesus. And because of this, they had slipped into two things. On the one side, adulteries and angers and evil desires. On the other hand, religious restrictions, fastings and observances. So both sides are called darkness because they are separated from dependence upon his person, which is what fellowship and light is. Jesus is enough. Christ is all, meaning everything you need is found inside of his person. There's nothing more be added. Christ, who created all things, who sustains all things, who is all, lives inside of you. And we live drawing from his presence, literally attentive to him with every ounce of our being. From that place, living, we are freed from religious bondages and restrictions, and also the evil desires of the world. His presence will keep us. And this is what Paul is saying. He writes in verse 1 of chapter 2 that he's agonizing for them, that they would remember the presence of Jesus, because this is Christianity. When we lose sense of the presence of Jesus in our lives, we start erring on one side or the other. Either we fall into sin or we fall into another type of sin, which is dependence upon our disciplines, dependence upon our observances and restrictions that we put on ourselves. Both are equally evil because both of them lack dependence upon his person. And lastly, dependence upon his person and attentiveness to his presence is nothing less than fellowship. It is holding on to the head from which growth comes. Why is this so important? Because there is no growth apart from clinging to him. How do you cling to him? In sweet, attentive fellowship. Adoration clings the soul to God. It is in adoration that the soul clings to God. So living right here, keeping it as simple as this: I remain in fellowship with him who is all, and in him I find everything. God is saying, exalt my son. How do you exalt his son? Put everything in him. How do you put everything in him? Attentiveness to him, and banking everything on your fellowship and experience of his person. Herein is all. Experiencing Jesus. And then from there, living out life.
That was totally God.
Yeah.
And I've made a couple of things for like Megan.
Yeah. Bro, it is so hot.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm here with Chris Garcia. Bro, what did you feel like the Lord was saying to you today during lunch?
Our need for intimacy and how frail we are without his presence, and how easily we can substitute his presence with other things, even things that come from God. And that is today, I just eating lunch, that's what I'm thinking about. We are so frail, and it's so easy to lose touch with him, and we just need him. That's it.
Oh, Chris is precious. 5 essentials in my life. Bible. This is like a meal every day. I love good books. My phone. My notebook. This notebook is so important to me. I put the date on the top right-hand corner. I write down on the left in the open page the major speaking, and on the right I have the breakdown of how God has been speaking to me by internal sense and inclination and the scriptures themselves. This is priceless. My camera. I love to take pictures. I love doing video. I like to use this little light receiver, because that's all that a camera is. It is a light receiver to bring the light of God to people. My keyboard. I love to sit down at my keyboard and simply worship Jesus. Just sit still and adore him. So those are my 5 essentials for daily life. God bless you guys. And remember, Jesus Christ alone is all.